Good morning. Thank you for joining us today for OIB's webinar on how we can help you offer cyber risk coverage to all of your commercial insureds quickly and efficiently through Appulate. Just a couple of webinar logistics. We have everyone muted who's listening to the webinar. We are going to save questions till the end of the session. You can type them in at the end. Meeting scheduled 45 minutes. I don't think will be that long, probably closer to 20 minutes to a half hour. Okay, my name is Jim O'Neill. I'm the president of O'Neill Insurance Brokerage, and I'm joined today by Vanessa Dollier Camara, who's the Director of Customer Development for Appulate. So I'm going to ask you to imagine that while you're at work every day, 16 times a month, someone walks up to the front door of your house and turns the doorknob to see if they can get in. Now, if you take that 16, multiply it by the number of people you live with, that would represent the number of users in any of your commercial insured businesses. The average user receives 16 phishing emails per month. That's 43% of cyber attacks that are targeting small businesses today. In spite of statistics like this, most insureds are not offered full cyber risk quotes with their insurance proposals. Now, there are a couple of reasons for this. Cyber risk applications can be intimidating and they're time-consuming for brokers and for their insureds. Quite often, there's technical questions that are required, and neither the broker nor the insured is prepared to answer. Cyber risk forms are also non-standard. Lack of knowledge of non-standard forms can also cause reluctance in quoting. And then there's many times just a lack of commitment that could lead to costly E&O claims or damaged relationships. The reality is that almost every commercial insured has some cyber risk exposure. In the OIB and Appulate approach, that we've designed and developed a process where it requires minimal input on our broker's part in order to get maximum impact. OIB's application has been reduced to request only basic information. We're also able to design programs for class niches. OIB will design coverage and pricing grids for classes of businesses that you specialize in. And finally, OIB, with its expertise, is able to do coverage evaluations. OIB will review your competitor coverage forms to identify potential gaps or limitations in the coverage. So if you take a look here, this is a sample of a program that we have put together for a broker that's specialized in real estate. You'll see here that it offers 4 different plans in 2 revenue tiers, and each of the 4 plans offers 2 different coverage options. For this particular broker, they have between 50 and 100 community associations that they work with. We were able to design this that when their community associations come up for renewal, or if they have a new piece of business that they're going to be quoting on, their staff just has to slide their finger over, select the program that they're interested in. They add that to their proposal, essentially referencing based on the information we have, this is how much cyber risk quote would cost for you. Putting together a program like this, they're able to get quality cyber risk coverage quickly and effectively. They avoid E&O claims, and they're able to maintain their valued client relationships. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Vanessa. She's going to go over the Appulate system and the platform that we use in order to accept risks. Vanessa?
Wonderful. Thank you, Jim. And thank you, everyone, so much for joining us on our webinar today. What I'm going to do here is just take a moment to talk a little bit about Appulate for those of you that are new here. I want to make sure that you understand how this all fits into the same picture. Appulate is a technology company with a growing network of over 30,000 agencies and hundreds of markets, making Appulate the place where agents, MGAs and carriers can do business digitally. And our commitment to you, the agent, is to empower you by expanding your markets, automating your workflow, and saving you time and money. In fact, we can tell you exactly how much time and money Appulate can save you based on a survey that we conducted on retail agents. We found that agents are saving an average of 37 minutes per submission and 25 hours per month using Appulate. This is a savings of over $7,000 per agent per year. So now let's get right into our live demonstration. I'm going to show you how you can use Appulate to submit to OIB for cyber liability. So I'm going to go to the login page of Appulate.com. So Appulate.com/sign-in. Go ahead and plug in your Appulate credentials. Everyone that was invited to this webinar already has Appulate credentials. If you do not know what those are, simply click on Forgot Password to reset them, and then go ahead and sign in. Once you're signed in, at the very top left-hand side of the screen here, there's this Add New Customer or Prospect button. Go ahead and click on that to start. And then type in the insured's name. And click Continue. The questions that have a red asterisk next to them, those are the ones that are missing and required. For our demonstration today, we're again doing cyber liability. Once you choose that, you can click Continue. And the effective date and the expiration date are plugged in automatically for you, but you are able to make edits to that. So on this next page, it created your insured. It created the line of business with those effective dates that were plugged in. And now the very next step here is to add OIB as your market. So again, everybody that was invited to this webinar today already should see OIB added to your list of selected markets. These are the list of markets that you've chosen to work with in Appulate. I'll show you how you can check on that later on when we go over setup. Okay, so we have OIB listed here as our market, and to the right-hand side, we have a letter indication here that's going to guide you through the submission process. It will tell you of any questions that are missing and required that you must answer down below in our SMART questionnaire. It's also an appetite guide, so it will tell you if it is declined or if it is referred to underwriting. So what you'll do here is you'll go section by section answering the questions with the red asterisk, the questions that are required. You can do this by moving through this and just scouting out those questions, or you can go to the top of the page and use the letter indication to use those live links that will take you directly to where that question is missing and required, if that's easier for you. So at the top of each section, you'll see that it's keeping track of the number of questions that you have left to answer in each of those sections before you're able to submit, before you're able to get that green submit button. So we have 6 questions left. We'll go ahead and answer those, and then we'll be able to click on submit. Now, all of the questions that you plug into Appulate are being stored for easy renewal and are also populating accord forms for you in the background. So once we fulfill the requirements, we have a letter indication that has turned to a green A for accepted, and we have a green submit button that we can click on. Go ahead and click submit. And the status will change accordingly to say submitted, which triggers a notification to the OIB team to review all of the information that you've plugged in here for your submission and to start working on your quote. Jim, can you talk a little bit about turnaround time?
it depends on the how sophisticated the typical risk is for a turnaround time. Generally, if it's small Main Street business, we're able to get to it, within a couple of hours. You should have something back. If it's something that you're working off of one of the pricing grids, I mean, the turnaround time is immediate. You'd just be sending in something that you're requesting us to bind for you. If it's something that's a little more sophisticated, you let us know what time you need it by. If we can't get to it by then, we'll give you a call and tell you when we can get to it by. So we're pretty flexible and on turnaround times, and do our best to work to your calendar or your needs.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and take you through setup here. For those of you that do not remember that sign up step, go ahead, the login step, go ahead and type in your credentials in appulate.com/sign-in. Again, if you do not recall your password, click on the forgot password link. If this email was forwarded to you and you do not have an Appulate account, you can of course click on sign up now. It takes just a minute to get your Appulate account up and going. Once you're signed in, you could go to markets and selected and make sure that OIB is listed as one of your selected markets. These are the markets that you've chosen to work with in Appulate. So these are the markets that you are appointed with or have an open brokerage. So as you can see, OIB is on my list of selected markets, so I'm good to go. If they were not showing up on your list of selected markets, simply go to Markets and Available and search for OIB here. Once you've located it, click the plus sign on the right-hand side under Select to add OIB as one of your selected markets. All right, it's that simple. So with that, I'll take it back to our slides. We just have a bit of additional information for you to review here, and then we'll go ahead and open it up for any questions. Jim?
Hey, thanks a lot, Vanessa. Yeah, just some next steps here. Make a commitment to offering cyber to all your insured, and OIB will make that commitment with you. As Vanessa had just reviewed, select OIB as one of your markets with Appulate. Get appointed with OIB through Appulate, and you'll be receiving a follow-up email from me, and you can design a plan to make sure all your insureds get cyber risk quotes. There's my contact information, so you can reach me, at either my email or on the phone. And there's certainly additional information on OIB and the products that we offer at the website there. So thanks a lot for your time today. I hope you found it valuable, and I'm certainly looking forward to getting the opportunity to work with you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jim. And again, thank you everyone for joining. I'll leave Jim's contact information up on my screen for another minute or so. If there are any questions, again, feel free to ask those questions now or email or call Jim after our webinar. Last call for any questions. That's it for today. Thank you everyone for joining our webinar. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks a lot.